Guys, welcome back and thanks for joining us again. So today we are going to look at a story which has been reported to the Sun newspaper and also printed in the Mirror newspaper just within the last 48 hours. So this incident actually happened in Brazil on October the 1st, 1995. The two gentlemen involved were fishermen. Their names were Fernando Becerra and Wilson de Silva Oliveira. Now I'm going to just stop there and apologise for any mispronunciation of any names or any place names within this video. Now these two gentlemen were collecting their fishing nets on a small island near Sao Paulo in Brazil when a disc-shaped object flew overhead. They said that it had some spinning lights on the bottom of it and a yellow sort of glow, a yellow light. At first they thought it was a balloon, however when they saw the speed of the object they realised that it was something extraterrestrial or some sort of UFO. Now when the object was actually hovering above their head it changed direction. And they were obviously extremely scared at this point, so attempted to flee quickly, which is when they saw that this object had landed on a small island between some reeds and themselves. When they got into their boat, they attempted to start the engine about 10 times, they estimated, however it just would not start. When they got home that night, they both reported that they felt a little bit unwell and they both struggled to sleep. They returned to the area the next day and found a whole host of evidence to what they had seen the day before. There was a circle which had an 18-foot diameter. The vegetation in the area was flattened in a circle in a clockwise direction. This was dry, it was twisted, and there was burnt on the vegetation as well. There was 4 rectangles in the ground which were 1.5 centimetres in depth and they were 10 by 15 centimetres in size. These were reported to be where the landing gear had landed from this object. The two gentlemen reported what they had seen and reported what they had seen at the landing site to a local newspaper at the time called the Tribuna. An investigation was quickly launched by the National Institute of Aerospace Phenomena, or the INFA or INFA, however you want to say it. They did lots and lots of scientific tests which included planting seeds in soil samples which had been taken from inside the burnt area of the circle. Now these plants germinated very, very easily and very, very well. However, tests that were done on samples of soil which were taken outside of the circle had no germination, they didn't grow, and it was also the plants that did grow were attacked by fungi, which completely baffled the investigators. The INFA actually classed this as a close encounter of the second kind once they had concluded their investigation. So it was concluded that whatever had made these marks was not from a conventional aircraft or from a helicopter. Researchers contacted the local airbase, which was the Santos military airbase, who stated they had no aircraft in the area at the time. What we're looking at here is a copy of the drawing which was actually drawn by one of the fishermen. Now as you can see, it's that very sort of typical UFO shape with the dome on the top and the 4 legs underneath, which is what would have made these rectangular shapes in the ground. The yellow is obviously the light which they reported on the object as it flew above them. Looking at the evidence that we have available across these 2 newspaper articles, personally we think this is a very, very good case of a UFO encounter. For a few reasons really. We have actual trace evidence and a confirmed landing site. We can see from the pictures the shapes that have been reported, the indentations in the ground. We also have local military confirming that they did not have any aircraft in the area at the time, which all supports this being a real UFO encounter. So from our point of view, and personally, I certainly think that this is something extraterrestrial in this case. What we do appear to be seeing these days is more mainstream media reporting these UFO incidents. Now, I think this can only be a good thing for the field. I feel like we are beginning to be taken slightly more seriously when it comes to these UFO stories. It's not just a case of it's all in your imagination. It does seem to be being a bit more normalised, almost. And it does seem that the field is getting bigger, and there seems to be more people questioning these things that we're seeing. Although this incident was originally reported in Brazil 24 years ago, I think it has come to the attention of the media in the UK because of a new book which has just been released. Well, it was released about 6 months ago, I believe, and has recently been translated into English. It's called UFO Contacts in Brazil, and it's been published by a British publisher called Flying Disc Press. And the author of this book is, again, I'm going to apologise for any mispronunciation, it's Thiago Thuchetti, and he is one of Brazil's top UFO investigators. We've actually popped a link below for his book. So that's about all we've got time for this evening. This has been a really interesting case to look into, and I will certainly continue to look into it if any more evidence or anything about it arises. Thank you for joining us. As always, the links for everything are down below in the description, so please take a look and send us any messages or comments on your thoughts about this. If you come across anything or see anything or would like our opinion on anything, or just want to give us your opinion on something that we've done, please contact us. Our email, Instagram, leave a comment below, or Twitter. While you're on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. We'll see you soon.